to hear a business owner come in and they're excited to tell me like, you guys are really saving me, you guys are helping me, you're making such a major difference in my business.
That moment was what gave me the, there's my purpose.
Yes.
When I had that feeling of like, okay, it's a relief. Now I have more options. Now I have more choices. Now I can provide for my family and give them the life that I want. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the A Badass Life podcast. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Andres Abad. I'm your host. And this channel is all about empowering you to create your own badass life, whatever that looks like for you. And we try to do that by bringing you people who are in the same journey, who are experts, who are becoming experts in their field, to give you the tips, tricks, and hacks that you need to start creating your own badass life. Today, we have a super interesting episode because with us, we have someone who's not only become, over the past year, a great asset for one of my businesses, but also a good friend of mine. It was right about this time last year that I met her through a speaking engagement that I had, and then we kind of got together and started discussing, and she is become now a major part of Media Minds. So today we have Heidi. How are you?
Hi, how's it going? I'm pretty good, thank you. I'm excited to be here. This is actually a first for me, so thank you for inviting me today.
Of course. I wanted to just kind of like go over like this. It's been about a year that we've been working together now, and I think it's been a great journey. So, a lot of the times people are, the bulk of our audience, I would say, are entrepreneurs or people that are starting their own businesses. But we don't really take enough time, I think, to give credit to the people that help, those entrepreneurs, the people that are like the heart and soul of those companies, and I think that's what you are becoming here in Media Minds. We're so grateful to have you. And I think there's been so many different things that we've learned from each other and that we've learned together. And so I want to dive into a lot of that stuff. But before we go into that, just so that, the audience gets to know you a little bit, just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you come from, like what led you to get up to this point, all the good stuff about you.
Sure. Well, my name is Heidi, as you heard Andrew say. You might know me online as the Heidzilla or Heidi B here. I got here to Florida about 3 years ago, and I was not expecting to be in Ocala, Florida, but this is where my mom was, and I wanted to be closer to family, so I figured a change was needed. I've always been into media, I don't know, some way, somehow, whether old jobs or something, they would always throw me into the media part of it, either social media, content creation, just ideas that on the creative side. I first was a photographer, but with photography, you need to wear many hats, just like with any business. And that led me into learning more about marketing. And so I started taking courses and educating myself and adding more to my skill set when it came to marketing. And when you were at the Alianza Hispana, I believe that's what it was last year, around this time, I was super happy to hear that there was something so exciting here in Florida, in Ocala at that. I was like, I didn't think Ocala had something that was so modern, so hip, so media related, and just being able to help entrepreneurs and businesses is just something that I really admire. So when I heard of Media Minds, I was like, how can I be a part of that? And ironically, we just connected. So I'm really, really, truly grateful for the journey and the experience.
No, of course. I think you've brought like a whole different side of knowledge and intention and just you brought a lot of things together. Me having a couple of different things, a couple of different businesses and different projects, it's so important to have the right people by my side that are going to help me propel the vision. And Media Minds is one of the most important things for me because it's really like honing into that fourth pillar of the Badass Life concept, right? The fourth pillar is health, wealth, relationships, and purpose. And I truly now believe that my purpose is to help other people achieve their business goals through, propelling their business forward so that they can have the freedom, the choices, and the things that they want for themselves and their families. And they can also impact other people, through their journey and with the problems that they solve and all that good stuff. And so I think, again, like just having you here is helped me in so many different ways. And, we've been able to help a handful of like local business owners now going from the transition from like digital, because that's what most of our clients were before. They were like, online brands, e-commerce and stuff like that, to very like hyper local, right? To developing the local Dream 40 initiative, which is a super cool initiative on its own. And then to, like kind of like realizing what are the things that have worked for them the most, what's been the most impactful, which coincidentally enough is not necessarily some of like our biggest managed services. Those are great and those can help a lot of companies that are like already established, that they're pretty much like the best kept secret in town, right? They could be great at what they do, but they don't have the visibility. They don't have the right marketing strategies, and that's where we come in. But for a lot of those like newer businesses or companies that have a small team, one of the things that we've seen is that our platform helps them with so much, and it's one of our most affordable services. So it's been like really cool to dive into that. And then even yourself, remember when you first came in and I kind of like threw you into like learn a bunch of the tutorials and things, to like what is the difference on it being now, where we have an expert coach on that has been training us for us to be able to deliver that service or that product to our clients. Tell us a little bit more of what the transition has been like from the beginning to now.
Wow, I will say it's been major. My mind has definitely expanded a lot here. Learning C-suite wear has been, it's exciting for me because when I first was watching the videos, I was just grasping the idea. I was, hearing some of the words and the way it was described and things like that. But now it's hands-on. So now it's like, not only did I put the pieces together, but now I'm actually doing it and I'm seeing how it works in action. To hear a business owner come in and they're excited to tell me like, you guys are really saving me, you guys are helping me, you're making such a major difference in my business, or on the times when we do go out to their business to do content shoots and things like that, I admire to hear, like listening to their journey, listening to their growth, how they thank us for now they have either more followers, more clients, they're making more money just because, we're giving them not only the software, we're giving them the tools, I guess we're guiding them and we're giving them the structure in order to get their business to where they're trying to get it. So for me, it's been exciting from day one till now. I feel like I've learned so much. From workflows to automations to email campaigns, you name it. My mind before was like all about the creative part, but now it's to see it in action, to see like behind the scenes and to see how it works. It's been impressive. It's been quite a journey and I'm super excited to be here.
That's awesome. Like you said, like your strong suit is one of the main reasons, why we ended up actually connecting was because I saw that you were very focused on social media, right? So you were very focused on like the creative side of things. And that was actually like your first role here, remember? When
Yes.
you were coming in with the creative director title. And then we quickly realized that, I got pulled off in so many different directions. We didn't yet have a integrator or, an ops director per se, somebody that could keep an eye on like the entire team, because we do have like a larger team than average, I would say. That it's like in-house team, there's no like freelancers or contracted work. So keeping up a team that size, it definitely requires like someone that is on top of everything. And so for anybody out there that is potentially on a similar journey where they are like the right hand person of the company where they're working in, can you explain a little bit how that transition was and what are the main things that you had to like be more intentional about or learn or get coaching or in order to be able to fulfill like the operations director chair instead of a creative director?
Sure. I'm going to say it starts with mindset. Everything really does start with mindset. You've recommended a ton of books. You have amazing books in your office. You follow some great leaders as well, and you're an amazing leader yourself. So I figured like the more I can observe you and get pointers from you, it would help me. So I feel like growing into this role now where the operations director now, it's quite different, but I feel like in some way, somehow I was being prepped to be some sort of a leader, some way, somehow. It's been amazing. It's been fun. It's been challenging because at times I found myself just diving into like business growth, like books of that sort, or just educating myself by watching podcasts and things like that, just to help me understand and better, I guess, lead the team and just do what I'm expected to do here. But not only that, I'm a person that I can't see just one thing. And because that's not my role, I'm not going to touch it. I'm the kind of person where if this help is needed here and I know how to do it, I'm going to pitch in and I'm going to dive in and do my part as well so that the whole team can move forward. So thank you for also like trusting me with that and just being an amazing leader that I can learn from.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I mean, like, I think one of the main things too is that it helps that even though you think of like creative, right? And you start thinking of like a lot of the career paths that better sync with that. So, you think a lot of artists and things of that nature. And normally those type of personalities aren't the most organized and aren't they're like, that's not their strong suit. And so like for you to be able to like nail down the organization aspect to it, and I not that you weren't organized before, but like you truly there's a difference between being organized with yourself and then be able to organize like an entire team and clients and all this stuff, right? And so I think like there's definitely like a huge merit into be able to change that mindset and that focus and say like, okay, now it's not just this, but it's like all of these tasks. And so in order to be able to fill that, like you definitely have to get intentional in seeing like, okay, what are the priorities? What is my checklist? What is my framework? What's the structure that I'm going to follow in order to fill this like big shoes, right? Because it's not just about like, okay, what can I create now? It's about how can I help the team create the things that they need to create, whether it's a video editor that needs some inspiration into like, learn how to edit the stuff or where to find certain samples or certain things that is going to help them become a better editor and sharpen their sword, or, like all the different areas and departments that you're managing. Now you have to think for 20 people instead of one.
I like to call it like creative problem solving, because at the end of the day, it is still creative. It's just that we have to be like, we have to find different ways to find a solution. And if you're not thinking with a broad mind, like, you're not going to get to the goal at the end. So I think that's what I'm going to call it, is creative problem solving.
Let's put a pretty name on it so that it doesn't sound as miserable as it sometimes could be.
No. It's actually been fun.
Because here's the thing. I know we have a lot of fun here. I think I like to think that we have a great culture, and like everybody that's here at our office, gets along. It's not about just getting along, but being efficient and being respectful and do all the good things that we should do. Just not just because it's the right thing to do, but it's like we want to be able to work in an environment that we're comfortable in, that everybody enjoys. So I think that is also something that helps a bunch. Is like when you feel comfortable and you're happy the environment that you're in, you're going to be able to perform and give your best, right? And so not that I think about it, actually, Pedro, also our amazing videographer, he helps with a ton more stuff that his job description is, and he's a go-getter. But what I was going to say is, I also met him through the Hispanic Business Council. So shout out to Julian, Juan, Regina, and Smyrna, because you guys have been amazing.
Yes.
And speaking of them, they do a great job here in the community. They help a bunch of new entrepreneurs, especially in the Hispanic or Latin community, to continue sharpening the sword, continue getting better, promote the fact that it's okay for them to start their own business.
Absolutely.
All of that good stuff. So yeah, they're definitely a good friend of ours, and yeah, without them, this would have
wouldn't
never
have
happened.
So truly grateful for them as well. And it's nice to be able to collaborate with them too. So I'm glad that they're still in our lives. Like we get to connect from time to time. We get to get together and just, continue to help in our community, especially for the business owners who I know lots of times it can be overwhelming to wear a lot of hats. And if we can alleviate that for them, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing that I wanted to talk today is because this is something that has been a long time coming now. We've been putting a ton of work, a ton of time, a lot of effort into creating like the perfect, like, I don't want to say just the perfect offer, but it's like the entire package, right? Because one of the things we were speaking about before is one of the things that we've seen that is the most impactful, that has the most upside, and is one of our most affordable products. We've seen how it works and how it can help business owners. And I think we've also seen on the flip side how by just giving them that, sometimes it could be like a complete flop, right? Because business owners can get overwhelmed, and then this platform is just so robust. It has so many different things you can do with it that it's actually hard not to get overwhelmed with it.
Right.
If you are somewhat of an expert, if you are very tech savvy, sometimes it's still challenging.
Right.
And so let alone to, the average business owner that they're good at their craft, but they are not necessarily super techy, or they don't know a lot about software and different platforms and all the stuff that it does. So it's not enough to just give it to them at an affordable price, right? It's about helping them. It's kind of like giving them a race car and then expecting that they know how to drive it, right? And so now we've kind of figured that out. We've gone through like trial and error as to giving it for some business owners for free, and then we've seen that not a whole lot has gotten accomplished. We've done a lot of stuff for them as well, but then in a way, I think sometimes they could potentially feel like they still don't have the skill to get it done themselves.
Yeah.
If they're at a point in which they have more time than money. And in most of the podcasts, we always talk about like the resources that business owners have, right? And in everything in life, there's a trade-off. Like you're gonna have to spend some kind of resource. It's always, for the most part, it's time or money.
Right.
And in a lot of those beginning stages, you normally have more time than they have money. They don't have big budgets. That's one of the biggest constraints of working with startups or to businesses that are in like the beginning stages. That along the mindset of the business owners and stuff like that. But now with what we are developing, it gives them like the entire thing, right? It gives them the software, so they get the platform. It gives them the guidance that they need to learn. It also gives them the option to just have it all done for them if they do want to have that, if they don't care. I've heard this from like a recent guy that I started to follow, and he said, who learns don't earn. And I was like, wait a second. Like, you are supposed to get the most knowledge that you can and all that stuff. So I don't like fully agree with that. But the one thing that I do agree with is that if you know what you're good at and you focus on that, and those are like the better levers that you need to be pulling in your business, it doesn't make sense for you to go and learn another skill that you can just go ahead and delegate to someone.
Right.
That's going to make it faster, it's going to make it more efficient. But then, it goes back based on the stages, right? So if you are at a stage in which like you have all the time, but you don't have the budget, you don't have the money, then you are a good fit to learn some of this, be able to do a lot of this stuff for yourself, And so that's the difference. Like, there are some business owners who are already more established, who still need some of these solutions. Maybe they have the tech stack and like different subscriptions and they've duct taped it together and they don't want to even fix it because it's too much to fix. They just want it done for them, right? So we have done for you. we have done with you, and we have all of the guidance, and now we are actually going to launch implementation workshops as well as our community, right?
Super exciting.
Super excited about that.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit more about the community and what's that going to look like.
So as far as the community, I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to all the great changes that we're going to be implementing for a lot of our clients. So do you want to tell them a little bit about what we're going to anticipate?
Yes, of course. So we kind of did this backwards because I was going to announce the challenge first, but the community is what honestly excites me the most, right? Because it's not about like everything that they're getting, and they're getting a bunch of value. But I feel like, and I'm going to go on a tangent here because it's something like a personal thing for me that happened. Is like I realized when my wife and I used to travel a lot that we were the happiest when we were traveling to other states to meet our friends and the people that we've built those connections and like deep, meaningful relationships, right? And that's at the time that I decided to completely change Media Minds to help local business owners and then just go hyper local. So because of that fact, I realized that I was missing that community aspect of it. And I wanted to just create that here locally. However, with this community, you don't have to be local, but you can be a part of people that are in the same journey that you are, right? Same business owners that are trying to achieve the same goal, which is build their business through clarity, systems, and processes that are duplicatable, that are going to allow them to just have more time in their hands to work on what really matters.
Right.
So the community, besides all like the fluffy stuff, it's not fluff, but you know, it's a lot of the emotional aspect that I like. Like everybody wants to be part of something,
Right.
and what better way to be part of a group of people that have your same goals, your same values, that are going where you're trying to go, and you can use each other as a sounding board to bring up ideas and celebrate wins and just continue building. So the community, what they get is they get bi-weekly coaching calls, clarity sessions, and live Q&A.
Nice.
So if they get to a roadblock in which like they don't know exactly what they're doing, like every other week they can jump on Zoom with a handful of other people and then either help themselves, or we'll have like our expert software guy in there, shout out to Damien, and that have myself. So we'll have like breakout rooms, right? And this is not only going to be for the platform and the software, but we'll also have breakout rooms for social media strategy with yourself. We'll have a breakout room with Pedro for videography and how to create content and a lot of that stuff that is just stacked up with value. Besides the bi-weekly calls, you get the Bolt with a lot of like ready to go like swipe files, which is templates, landing pages, SOPs, everything we create. We go into that bulb. So any new asset, any new SOP, any new KPIs, anything in general that is business related will go into that. So they'll get access to all of the cool new stuff that we're creating for our company and for our clients. They'll also have be part of our leaderboard. So I think this is like a really cool thing because we get to gamify the building process, right? And so it's not like, okay, I have to go ahead and use this platform for this to help my business. It's like, okay, now I get to go and put these systems in place. And once they actually help me achieve the goals that I want, then I'm also getting rewarded for it.
That's awesome.
And, there's the competitive aspect to it, because I feel like a lot of us entrepreneurs are very competitive, and we always, have that going on. So that fuels people, that motivates us. Like, it's not where, you bought a software and now you're stuck in your basement trying to figure it out all alone.
Which I've seen so many times. And even friends, they're like, I don't know how this thing works. How did this tool work? What is it for? And I'm like, how much did you spend on it? They spend lots of money. And not only that, different little areas.
If you're an expert on any field or a successful entrepreneur who wants to be featured in our podcast,
I loved it.
Make sure you click the link below, fill out the application, tell us a little bit about yourself. If we're a good fit, somebody from our team will reach out to you.
What's up? What's up? Hey, what's up?
and you need to get ready to start inspiring our audience and become a part of the A Badass Life podcast. I'll see you soon.
We have it all.
You can have all in one place. And again, like, I'm not claiming that it is going to be the solution to all of your problems, but for a small and mid-sized businesses, I would say 1 to 50, potentially a little bit larger, this has most of the solutions that you need to kind of zone in, systematize, and have all the processes built the right way so that it saves you and your team a bunch of time.
Wow.
So yeah, that, and the other side of things that I see in the community is also like, you know, like doing cool like retreats and like putting like people in rooms that we're going to get to see each other like face to face. We're going to get to create things together, and you put the right people in the right rooms and just magic happens.
Absolutely. I'm a true believer in that. There's nothing like like-minded people getting together and just sharing ideas, bouncing things off of each other. I feel like when you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, your mind is always on ideas. So not only just are you sharing them, but you're able to grow it. You don't know what skills that person might have that you might be lacking, that you might learn from them. So at the end of the day, I'm super excited to be a part of something like this. And I also think, like, where was Media Minds when I needed them, when I was in my business trying to solve everything all by myself?
We were too, I wasn't going to say too busy, but we were being an in-house marketing team for my other businesses. I'm sorry about that. I kept them all to myself for a few years.
I'm grateful for where we are now.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way I see, you know, what the vision is. We haven't even launched it yet, and there's a handful of people that have told me like, hey, where's the link? How can I sign up? Like, I'm super excited. I'm super pumped. And we haven't even announced it, right? So like today, which was the announcement of these few things, right? So we said that we've gone backwards. So we'll start with the community. That's kind of like not the last step, but like the culmination of this 3-step process that we're gonna do, right? The next step is the workshops, right? So one of the cool things that I've seen is that there is so much. Well, actually, this is not the cool thing, but this is the problem. There is so much information out there nowadays that you don't know what to listen to, right? Like you buy this and then you buy that and then you go ahead and buy the other thing. And the next thing you know is you have a bunch of different systems or a bunch of different programs or things that you don't even know how to implement. You don't even know how to use. And a lot of the times, if you're anything like I am, or like I was, you know, you just get distracted and get diverted onto the next thing and just completely repeat that cycle. Well, with this, we recognized that it was a problem. And so we want to make sure that we don't just give you the thing and then you go through this like cyclical issue. So now we decided to do monthly implementation workshops in which you can come in either in person or via Zoom, and you know, you can actually get to implement some of the most powerful features or solutions for this that are tailored to your business in particular, right? And so by having those like quick wins and getting the clarity on how to implement the things that are going to impact your business the most, like it's a win like right at the gate, right?
I agree.
And at the same time, if you come in person, you get to network with other people, you get to see, you know, like what are they doing, you get to use them as a sounding board and sit here, and it's like a very like roll up your sleeves, okay, we're gonna get to do the thing that we want to do today, right? So those are, I think, are gonna be super impactful. I think it's gonna be really cool. On those workshops, we're actually going to have like pop-up speakers.
Oh, nice.
And so they're going to be like guest speakers, whether it's for sales or operations or social media or content or you name it. You know, there's not only the platform and the software side of things and the automation or AI, but there is, you know, like those other components of business ownership that you need to like nail down in order to continue propelling your business forward.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's component number 2, like that's smack in the middle. And so, Pedro, you help me with a drum roll. The main thing that we wanted to announce today is our system build challenge, right? So, what is that? You want to give us a little bit of context on what that is, or do you want me to?
You can get into it, Andrew.
All right. So our system build challenge, it's basically a 90-day challenge for you to go ahead and build all the systems, the processes, and the things that your business needs the most without having to pay a single dollar. Like, it's completely free. We're giving 100 business owners that are committed to grow their business our entire platform. There's no gatekeeping. There's all of the features. So they get access to all of the AI tools, all the AI assistants, all of the email campaigns, all of the funnels, all of the websites, all of the different things that the software has to offer, which we said is over 100 plus features, if anything, like way more than that. And we're giving it for completely free. So there is no excuse as to why anybody that is having trouble systematizing things in their business or building the processes they need in order to save time and effort and focus on the real things that matter, there's no excuse as to why they cannot do it, right?
Are there any requirements for me to get my services for free? Sign up?
So all you have to do is you go ahead and click the link below, you pre-register. We're going to launch the event on, I believe it's November 28th on
Yes.
Black Friday.
Yep.
Right? So whatever that date is on Black Friday, we're going to announce all of the things that we're going to do. We're going to announce how the challenge is going to be structured. We're going to announce some of the things that, business owners that may be a little bit further in the journey might need, that if they want to do it faster, more efficiently, and they just want to get it done quicker. We're going to announce some cool prices and things that we're potentially going to give as an incentive for these business owners to go ahead and, just elevate their business.
Absolutely.
That's the goal. But no, there's no real requirements, right? So what I would say, this is a real requirement, but there's no like, oh, you have to do this. Everything is mindset. We have, even with Media Minds, we have like 3 non-negotiables, right? And we can't care more about your business than you do, because it takes two to tango, right?
Absolutely.
Like we can like spin our wheels and try to help you, take your business to the next level. But if you don't prioritize it, if you don't put in the time and effort, and if you don't do the things that you need to do to help us help you, then nothing's going to happen.
Right.
You need to have that burning desire to grow. Because what this can do is this can help you systematize your process. I know that I've said this a bunch of times, but a lot of business owners just don't have it
At all.
set. They don't have systems, they don't have processes. And so this is going to help you do that, so you can save time in the back end, and you can actually go and focus more on sales, focus more on client retention, focus more on different like client acquisition strategies, whatever it is that your business needs more attention in. So you have to have a burning desire to grow. You have to care about your business, and you have to be committed to grow and do whatever it takes to take your business to the next level.
Got it.
Because we can give you the software. And here is 90 days for absolutely free, which is just about $1,000 worth of value, if not a little bit. The actual like monetary value. The regular price goes anywhere from $297 to $800 somewhere around there, depending on whatever it is that they're doing. But they get all of the features. They get absolutely everything, even in the 247 version. And so if money was one of the constraints or one of the reasons, we've completely eliminated that now.
Exactly. There's no excuse. And what better timing than now? I mean, we're going into the new year. Anyone who wants to rebrand, start fresh, or just implement something new into their business that they know is going to propel it to the next level for the next year, this is the time to get started. So thank you for doing this during this time of year.
Yes,
It's perfect time.
it's actually debatably a good time for us because as you can tell, like we're going to the holidays. A lot of people go into like vacation mode once we get around this time.
Yeah.
But this is for those of you guys out there who don't care about the vacations right now, who your mind is laser focused into making your business grow, right? It is truly for those people that are treating this as a life or death thing. Like it doesn't matter. Thanksgiving is coming. It doesn't matter. Christmas is coming. Those are some great times to spend with your family and kind of like wind down and just enjoy, relax. But whenever you have a goal and you have a mission and you know that that's the one thing that is going to give your family more freedom, and there's going to give your family more options, then sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Absolutely.
And so I think for that reason, this is definitely a good time because it gives them like about 2 months to go ahead and kind of like figure it out at which stage they're at, right? And we've worked with several different businesses from very small to like, multiple 7 figures, multiple 8 figures in revenue. And what we've seen is that, the companies that are just starting, that they're in just the beginning phases, they just need more leads, right? They need more sales.
Right.
They need more prospects. They need more traffic. But if they don't know how to make that happen, or if they spend all of their time trying to make that happen, then you have fulfillment, you have client retention, you have deliverables, all the stuff. And so that is kind of like the first step, the first stage, right? And if you're in that phase, you can automate a lot of the stuff that are going to help you generate more of those leads, generate more prospects. You have prospecting tools. You have, sales funnels that are going to capture like those ideal clients that have better conversion rates. You have forms, pop-ups, chat widgets, like AI assistants, all these things that are going to help you zone in more into that specific task.
Yeah.
And then we've seen a lot of other businesses that are a little bit more established. They already have like some business coming in. They have a lot of clients coming in, and they just didn't have the right foundation.
Right.
So things will start breaking, and leads will start slipping through the cracks, and they start getting overwhelmed because their calendars are getting maxed out and they're booked out, and maybe a lot of the times their sales process might not even be dialed in.
Right.
So they're spinning their wheels with a bunch of sales meetings that they're not closing, and like all the organizational chaos that happens around this time.
Right.
And so there's a ton of features for that. It's like this is where I could get a little nerdy because I like automation so much because I value my time so much. So anything that can help me save time on all those tasks that I don't want to do, then 1,000% I'm in.
Automated.
So yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying, by the way, like avoid the important tasks. All I'm saying is a lot of those like repetitive, the tasks that you shouldn't be doing to begin with if you are the founder, the CEO, the owner. But at some point, like at the beginning, you have to do those. You just don't have any other resources. But, these can help you get there so much faster.
Absolutely. We've tested and we tried it, so.
Yes. So yeah, I think because of that reason, we've broken that into those 2 different categories. And then the third one is like once you already have phase 1 and phase 2 kind of like zoned in, you have a solid foundation, then you can go into like the scale mastery. It's like, okay, now we're going to like 10x this thing. Now we're going to go ahead and just bring it to the moon, whatever that looks like. But without having to go through all of those pain points of growing. Because you go ahead and grow too fast, things break.
Yeah.
They break fast, and they can damage your reputation. They can, just bring a lot of pain and suffering, not only to you, but also to your clients.
Yeah, your business suffers. Reputation matters. Look at Google reviews now. I mean, that's so important. So it does matter.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. So I feel like I like to cover, and I was supposed to be listening from you on a bunch of this stuff, and I just got excited. But that's what happens when you're passionate about something. You know,
Absolutely.
I truly stand behind like the product that we have. I truly believe in its potential, and it's one of those things that it works if you work it.
Right.
If you are in that stage where like you need to be the one working it, and if you're not, if you are a little more established, it definitely works when you leave it in expert hands that are gonna
Absolutely.
just set it up all for you and do it all for you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean that is super exciting. From now until November 28th, there's going to be the pre-registration. We are only giving this for free for the first 100 signups. So everybody, like, make sure that you pre-register. You're going to have a link below. You can go ahead and, click the link. All you have to do to pre-register is like drop your information so we know how to contact you, and you'll be registered and you'll have a secure spot. I don't know how quick the spots are going to fly,
Oh my goodness.
but
It is Black Friday, things go selling really fast.
yes.
People I feel like on Black Friday, there's something about the mind that just wants to get something, wants to be signing up for something. That happens to me.
We've
so.
been primed to do that. Like we think, like there's been studies which in Black Friday you can sell your product for the same amount and you'll still have more sales, just because society and we is telling you like, okay, on this day you have the best deals of the year. And so like we grow up seeing that, knowing that it's just like a fact that is in our heads now. So you can look at the same product for the rest of the year at the same price and be like, I don't think that's all that special. Somebody slaps a big old like sell sign in front of it on Black Friday, and you go like, this is amazing. Give me 2 of them.
I wanted it my whole life.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like C-suite wear is something that they should want. It's for free for the first 100 people. Why not? Does it matter if they're local or distance? Because I know that you said they can come in for workshops, right?
Yes. So no, it doesn't matter at all. They can be here in the U.S. They can be in any state. They can be international. The workshops are mainly going to be in English, but we will also have some spin-offs in Spanish. You and I are bilingual, so we speak Spanish. Our main, basically head coach when it comes for this platform, it's also bilingual. Our videographer, Pedro, he also speaks Spanish. So we're able to help both demographics.
Absolutely.
I would love to see a lot of my Latin friends and, my Spanish community come in and sign up for this. I think it will be super helpful. And yeah, I mean, I can't wait for the day of the launch. I can't wait to just unveil everything, how we've structured, where it's going to help them, pretty much step by step.
Right.
And there's not a whole lot more that we could have done to put it all together in such a way that they're going to benefit the most from.
Absolutely. I can't wait to meet all these amazing people who are going to sign up and be a part of their amazing business and just help everyone out.
Yeah, that's going to be a great day. And it's actually going to be, I think, like the first like live webinar or presentation, but is the first like lunch that I've actually done like myself. We've had lunches before with different like products and services
Right.
and whatnot, but I've never like done it myself. So like I'm super excited about that too. And there is a little bit of those jitters where it's like, but just to be like completely, honest about it, like, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about it because I want to see it be a complete success, right? We're trying to provide like so much value for people. We're trying to legitimately just go out and help a lot of business owners and really stay truthful to our mission here at Media Minds, which is, help entrepreneurs not go through all the challenges and constraints of business ownership alone, right? Like I have been on that other side of things before. We had this team where it felt like I was trying to do everything right, and some of my business have completely flopped, being really discouraged. It was not long ago. I think not long ago in the grand scheme of things, 6-7 years ago, about 6 years ago, my wife and I were down to a bag of quarters. That was it. That's all we had. We were behind on bills and all this stuff. And after getting like really intentional about what is it that we wanted to do, working really hard for, I don't know, like a year and a half, we're able to put myself in this completely different position and switching my life around, more than just the financial aspect of things. So that moment was what gave me the, this is my purpose.
Yes.
When I had that feeling of like, okay, it's a relief. Now I have more options. Now I have more choices. Now I can provide for my family and give them the life that I want, you know? Even though like I'm still not there, like it's still like a learning process every day. There's still like a lot of milestones that I want to achieve because I'm a very ambitious person. But at least we got to the first or second level of like, okay, like, you know, it's a sigh of relief once you've achieved, you know, a portion of your goal. So that's what I want to give to people. So I want that to be the catalyst, or even if we're not like the main reason why, I want to be a part of what they got to that moment in their lives where they had that side of relief and they're like, okay, we're good now, you know?
No, I totally understand. And I've seen it with some of our clients, how they come in and they're frustrated and then they walk away like just so thankful. So to see it in real life, I get it. I totally get it. And plus you have an amazing support system too. So it's good to see the way your wife supports you, helps you out. She's got your back. So our families, when you talk about your main pillars, the relationships part also matters.
Yes, 1,000%. I always say like, I would not being able to do and achieve a lot of the things that we have now if it wasn't for Jen. So shout out to
woman.
Jen out
Yes.
there. She is amazing.
She really is.
Yeah, she grounds me. She helps me in more ways than anybody ever has, you know. And at that point when we met, I didn't have like, I think, a strong enough why. And she became like the why. She became the reason why I wanted to get out of bed and go achieve these things, you know. So yeah, she is truly the reason why I want to become a better man, a better father, a better entrepreneur, like every single day, which is awesome to have, you know. And for those of you out there who may not have potentially found the right person yet, there are other reasons that you can use to put yourself in the position to be able to do that, right? To be able to find the right person, or you'll have maybe different whys. One of the main takeaway from the About Us Life podcast is that it doesn't have to look like the same for everybody.
Right.
You have different goals, different purpose, and it all comes in different forms, shapes, and sizes, right? It's not like a one-size-fits-all type thing.
Right.
What does it look like to you?
A badass life?
Yeah.
For me, it's just being successful, being able to follow through what I say I'm going to do, achieving some of the goals that are personal to me, but also just to live a calm life, to live peaceful. And more than anything, what I always preach to a lot of people, and I live on this, is you have to do what you love. If you're not doing what you love, you're kind of doing it wrong, because you're going to be disgruntled, dissatisfied. So at the end of the day, I'm doing what I love. It makes me truly happy to do what I love. And that's what I just preach to everyone. So doing what you love, that's living a badass life.
That's awesome. Thanks for that. So I normally get, our guests to tell us a quote.
Said it.
Oh, do what you love? All right, then whatever. Like we'll have to get into the quote, but do what you love, guys. That's the biggest takeaway from this. Besides the fact that sign up for the System Build Challenge, that's first takeaway. If you're a business owner who wants to scale your business, systematize, and get the right processes to help you save time, money, and effort, just go ahead, click the link below. Make sure that you sign up. There's only 100 spots. And then do what you love.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sitting here
Thank you.
with me, Heidi. I truly appreciate it. And thank you for sharing, your experience. I'm pretty sure that it's going to help a lot of people out there that are potentially in the same situation as you. And I just want to say thank you to you guys for following my journey. Thank you for tuning in. If you're already watching this, it means that you want to be in the right path. You want to learn. You want to get the skills. You want to get the insight. Anything that you can get to help you craft your ideal life. And you already know that you have to be brave. You have to, take the hill. But just figure out what your hill is first. So that's what we're here to do. We want to help you figure that out. We want to help you craft your own badass life. Thank you for tuning in. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.